Between Christmas and the New Year, something interesting happens. Life on the surface usually has family, lights, lots of food, and maybe a slower pace. But inside, especially if you are in midlife and already in a transition, inside your mind can become very noisy. Perhaps you have stepped out of the old role or the long-term career path. You are not where you were a year or 2 years ago. And yet, the new chapter is not fully formed either. You might find yourself thinking, is this new direction really right for me, or should I be changing course again? These questions and this whole situation can easily turn into festive overthinking. Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Agi Keramidas, coach and former dentist. This podcast is here to support you as a midlife professional in transition, navigating the uncertainty and pressure of what comes next in your work and life. Today I want to offer you something simple and grounding. An end-of-year clarity ritual designed for you, the person who is in the transition, walking away from an old identity and wanting to transform that mental noise into a clearer direction for the next stage of the journey. So if you can, grab a notebook and a pen. If you're walking or driving, just listen and come back to it later. We will move through 4 parts of an exercise that you can put on a single page. And as a matter of fact, you will find a link to that page if you want to print it in the show notes. The first part is about how this transition year really felt. So at the top of your page, write, this year in transition felt like 3 dots. Think of it. This has not been a normal year. You have been navigating endings and beginnings at the same time. And rather than judging it as success or failure, let yourself simply name what was true. So there are 2 prompts you can use to answer. The first one is the moments I felt most alive or on the right track were. And the other question is the moments I felt most lost or tempted to go back were. These 2 questions give a surprising clarity. The second part of the exercise is about what you learned. So, underneath, write, what has this year taught me about work that fits? The gift of a transition year is that you are no longer dealing with theory. You have real experience to look at. So ask yourself, looking at what I actually did this year, paid or unpaid, what activities felt most, this is me? And then write in your paper a couple of simple sentences. The first, this year showed me I thrive when, and this year showed me I struggle when. And in your answers, keep it short. These are clues for what belongs in your next chapter and what does not. The third part is about what you are ready to leave behind in how you do this transition. You see, we often carry old habits and thinking from our previous career into our new chapter. And some of them make everything more difficult in a subtle way. So ask yourself, what made this process of transition harder than it needed to be? And also ask yourself, what old habits or ways of thinking am I not going to carry into the next year? Then choose 3 and write in your paper. This year I am leaving behind 1, 2, and 3. And the part 4 of the exercise is, what direction are you choosing for the next stage? You are in transition, you are already in motion. Now you are choosing a direction, not a detailed plan. So use 3 short lines. The first, more of this. So in my work year, next year, I want more. And name a few things that you want more of, more autonomy, more creativity, more awareness. Then the second line, less of this. So the opposite question, in my work next year, I want less. And you fill in what you want less of. And the third, at the bottom of the page, add. By the end of next year, I want to be able to say, this was a true pivot year for me because, and finish that sentence in your own words. That is your direction. So, to bring it all together, this end of year clarity ritual, as someone already in transition, has 4 parts. First is an honest look at how this year really felt. Second was a few short lines about what fits you now and what does not. The third was 3 things you are leaving behind in how you do this transition. And the fourth one, a simple direction and one honest step for the first 3 months. You can do all this in 20 minutes in a quiet corner over the holidays. You don't need to solve everything. You just simply need to hear yourself more clearly and align your next steps with what you have already discovered this year. Again, you will find a PDF of this page. You can print it in the episode description. If you do this ritual, keep the page somewhere visible in January. Let it remind you that you are not going backwards, you are building something new. And it is normal that it feels different to how things were or the world you left behind. You have already done the brave thing of stepping out of something that did not longer fit. This ritual is about honoring that courage with clarity, so you can keep moving in a direction that feels true for who you are now. If you recognize yourself in this in-between space, no longer in the old career, not yet fully established in the new chapter, and you would like support in walking this next stage, this is the work I do one-to-one with a small number of listeners. Together we identify where you are now. We bring clarity to what you actually want from your next chapter, and we design a grounded plan so you are not just thinking about change, but living it in a way that fits your reality. If you would like to explore whether we are a good fit to work together, you can book a free clarity call with me at personaldevelopmentmasterypodcast.com/mentor. Thank you for spending this end of year time with me and for allowing my voice into your journey of transition. Until next time, let the clarity that this ritual gives you guide the choices you make from here.